eye me and colorful eyeshadow doesn't need to be scary. But yeah, everyone always thinks that like when you do colorful eyeshadow, it needs to be a million different shades with a million different brushes so you can blend, 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 blah, 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 blah. No. No one's stopping. Like if you're scared, not scared, but like if you're like, I don't know if I want to, you know, dip my toe into colorful eyeshadow just yet, you can always just do one shade really blown and blend it out. No one's stopping. So that's what I'm going to do today. Mostly because I'm a little bored. So yeah. But I'm going to first start off with the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Blends palette. And I'm going to go in with a mix of Inside Joke with Bubble Bath because I wanted more minty turquoise color and I don't really have any straight colors just like that. And this is a slightly more dense brush. And we're just going to start packing that on. I know, wild. I am going to go in with another brush after. Probably just one, just so I can blend out the edges a little more. But yeah, it is Monday, March 9th. The new Road blushes did come out today. I did buy one. I should have been responsible and not have done that. But, what was the shade? Teacup was looking really nice. So I'm like, oh, I haven't actually bought, actually that's a lie. I've bought a lot of new makeups recently. I kinda, again, relapse is not the word. But no, I'm just gonna pack this on. Because obviously, I mean, you can always just go in straight with just a big fluffy blending brush and call it a day. But I do like having the ability to have it packed on and then blend it out after. Because even just this and this are two totally separate intensities just because of how much I have packed. So, do a big, depending on your eye shape and how you like your shadows, just do a little bit of that. And then with a clean brush, I'm just going to take this and start to blend out the edges, just so it doesn't look so harsh. Again, like I said, you can start with a big fluffy brush, but I wanted it really focused and intense on my lid. And obviously you can do like an eyeliner or something if you want. I don't know. I don't think I want to. I think I just want to stay with this minty green. Like, this is my favorite, kinda. Like, I love a sage, but I also love a good mint. So again, this was just Inside Joke and Bubble Bath, and I don't know why my voice is scratchy like this. And then, sure, this looks fine, but what I always like to do, I like to add a shimmer. All of these are from Terra Moon's Cosmetics. I'm gonna go in with this shade, which is the shade Atlas. It's kind of blue-green shift, which kind of works because this is minty, so you want like a good in-between color. But I'm gonna put some red on my inner corner, first and foremost, because that is always the place I like to zhuzh up a little. Just because it always works, and your inner corner is actually one of the like lightest points of your face, or at least mine is. And I'm also gonna add a little, and I know you might be thinking, oh my god, it's not blended all the way up there. What do you mean you want like a blue-green highlighter up there? It's fun. It's camp. And realistically, no one's stopping you from adding whatever color shimmer wherever you want. Like, realistically, no one is. And if they are, they suck, and you should probably stop hanging out with them. But, oh, I'm wearing short sleeves. In the least hee-hee ha-ha way, it was 67 degrees today in the greater Boston area. I went out in short sleeves for the first time since October, probably. Maybe early November. Beautiful, fantastic. It's supposed to be this weather again tomorrow, and then kind of cold and rainy for the next 2 weeks. So, not ideal. But this is going to be it. I told you it was going to be very simple. I thought about doing eyeliner for like half a second, but I don't want to mess up my eyeshadow. So again, very simple, very basic. Anyone can do this, as long as you've got a blending brush. But I use 3 brushes. So, not that hard, not that intense. And again, you could probably narrow it down to 2. Really one if you put shimmers on with a finger. I just don't like the feeling of makeup on my fingers, just gross. But I need to find some lashes, but I should be back in a second. Alright, hi, I'm back. I dillied and I dallied. Like it's 6:03 right now. So, not ideal. But we're gonna move on. I keep going to push up sleeves that I don't have because it's so nice that I'm wearing short sleeves. I know. This is from Glow Recipe. It's the Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. I know. Who could have foreseen this? But I think I went way too heavy-handed, so c'est la vie. Where is my mirror? Oh, there was a delayed train. No. There was a disabled train, and my train stopped Saturday morning. So I went, ugh, rude. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna leave a whole hour earlier than I need to. Like it was still 20 minutes before I would even leave, and I already leave early enough to allow for this. I was at the train station for 10 minutes and nothing showed up, and I went, okay. So I went and I waited 5 minutes for a lift, and as I was getting into my lift, a train finally pulled into the station. And as we drove, because the path, the ride in is the same way on the above ground part of the train, didn't pass a train, didn't see another train, so I'm like, I guess it's a good thing. I gave up and called for a lift because I'd still be on the train, and I was already pushing it for time a little. Like, I literally got the notification like 5 minutes before I was planning on leaving anyway, and so they're like, oh, delays of about 15 minutes, and I went, okay, and I'm like, it took 15 minutes just for a train to be at the station again. Who knows how long they were standing by, blah, 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 blah. So, not so fun, not so fresh. It also got so busy on Saturday, like I'm a little concerned to read the paperwork when I go in on Wednesday. Like I stayed an extra 45 minutes, and I'm like, I cannot stay any longer. And like, as I was getting home, my manager texted the group chat. I was like, oh my god, who's at the store right now? So I'm like, oh, it's this person. And then he's like, oh, also the driver. I'm like, I don't count the driver because they can't do real stuff. And she never responded to the texts, so I'm assuming she texted the guy who's there. I hope. I pray. Fingers crossed. This is from Kulfi. This is the Double Life Serum Primer. I need to start doing laundry and stuff for New York. I need to start... Like, I know I've said it a lot, but like... I have a week to figure it out, really, because, you know, it's the 9th. I leave on the 21st. Is it the 9th? Yeah. So, you know, in a week, it will be the Monday before, and the Tuesday, and then I'm working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Hopefully I'm not working Monday, Tuesday, because I've got plans. Nail appointment and packing, but I'm not going to try to do that after work or before I leave. But I have some stuff pulled out. I also have yoga pants pulled out because I also need to start pulling out second tier pants and skin warmer a little so I can at least wear those soon. Also, there's so much concealer under my eye that I look like a raccoon, or that I'm sunburned. Take a pick. I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Foundation in N1. It was a couple weeks ago when it was still, you know, cold enough to have ice. But a patch of ice froze in front of the store, and I didn't see it, so I slipped and I busted my ass in front of the store. I'm like, okay, that's embarrassing. I'm like, well, we're not open, it's fine. No one's in there. Yeah, the construction guys were in there to the point that one of them opened the door as I was getting up. He's like, you good? I'm like, please don't look at me, don't acknowledge me, this is embarrassing, sir. Thankfully I didn't bruise, which is funny, because the last time I slipped because of, you know, ice and slush, I had a nasty bruise on my knee when I slipped in the train station. I didn't slip this time around, but oh my god, there's so much stuff melting. Like, there's no snow in front of our house right now. Like, there's some on the other side of the street, but I don't care about the other side of the street. There's no snow in front of my house, and that's what matters. Like, there's none in the driveway. I'm like, this is... I'm like, I can feel my seasonal depression leaving. It's gonna come back in like 2 days because of the weather, but like, right now, she's gone. And like, again, still 2 weeks out, but I'm looking at the forecast for New York, and I'm like, it's gonna be high 40s and a little rainy. This is not what I wanted. Also, I do have some stains. I did a very light color last night, which will be the last time I touch my hair coloring wise until probably Sunday, because I have a new packet of Splat, so I'm gonna use that Sunday night. Jesus Christ. Because I have a nail appointment Tuesday, that way I have enough time to get the dye out of my cuticles and stuff. So, but if I do it Sunday night, I'm not gonna have time for the Oscars. But I didn't watch as many movies as I want to, and I don't have time to do it this week. So, because I'm working Sunday now, so Bridget's gonna have to be alone for the first time, and we've discovered how she gets out. This is from Patrick Ta. I know I just used this the last 2 videos too, but I really like this so far. This is the Major Skin Soft Blur Brightening Concealer in Fair Neutral 2. But we have two like baby gates essentially, and she throws her weight behind it that she kind of pushes it down and over. Oh, she's free that way. So we have a weird thing that my brother brought home from JRTC on one end, so like she can't bend it. And then we also have my hamper on the other side to make sure it stays flush with the wall and she can't push it, I put her in her house, in her little gate area the other day so I could do my makeup. I hear her yelling, but I'm like, okay, that means she must be contained. She was not contained. She was galloping around. I'm like, girl, what the hell? So I had a suspicion, and I set my phone up in a place that I could see the entire cage, press record, and because she won't try to escape if someone's, like, if she can see someone. Like, if you're having dinner and she's in her gate area, she'll just cry because she hates being deprived of attention. She'll just cry. But if she thinks she's alone, she'll escape. And we're like, what the hell is going on? She's an Italian Greyhound, so she's a little tall, but not super tall. She jumps and pulls herself over the edge of the gate into my hamper and jumps down from there, and she's not supposed to be jumping from heights that tall anyways. Because, set up my phone, went to the bathroom for a few minutes, and I heard a weird noise. I'm like, okay. I'm like, maybe she figured it out. And I get out, and I just see her standing in my clothes, and I'm like, lady. Do not move. Lady. Like, I don't know. But like, I don't know if we put something shorter and heavy that she's still gonna try to jump out. I don't know, but an actual pen is still not gonna do the right job because she's still gonna be able to move it. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm gonna go in with some of the Rare Beauty Soft Page Liquid Contour in the shade Gentle. Again, not a contour. But no, so the construction guys came. I saw them pretty much every day for the past 2 weeks. I'm like, I'm tired of you people. Which is really bad because they're gonna be in my basement this week. For who knows how long. But they're starting construction. At the time of this being filmed, they start tomorrow morning. And I asked that to him, like, hey, when is it gonna start? He's like, oh, he's like, we're gonna start Tuesday at like 1 a.m. I'm like, girl. But they came and they brought us a freezer because we're not gonna have access to our walk-in, which is really funny because we don't have access to one of our like upstairs freezers right now because it's broke and we don't know if we're getting it in time for tomorrow. But it is very small and it can't it can barely hold like 6 cases of stuff, and that's after me taking it out of the boxes. But I figured, because they're not going to tear up all of our stuff at once, so they usually leave by like 2 o'clock for the day. So as long as I still have access to the stairs, I might just like sneak down a little. I'm going to be honest here. Because also, another one came by. I saw like 18 people that morning. Like, it was literally so bad. Another one came by. He's like, oh, this is, you know, the access card so you can get into the loading dock of the school across the street, and then a key for a room that's inside the loading dock, because that's where we're going to put your porta potty, along with a fridge and a chair. Because he's like, oh my god, you guys can like take your 15s there. I'm like, you think I'm getting breaks? I know it sounds weird that the school is giving us access to the loading dock. It's the school doing the construction above us, so they're responsible for everything. And I'm going to take a mix of the Essence Soft Touch Bouncy Blush in the shade Antique Bloom, if I can get this open. But yeah, I saw literally everybody that day. First the construction guys, then it was 2 different sets of them, like groups of them. And then construction guys, my ice cream milk delivery guy, one of the head guys that brought the freezer, and then the other head guy who brought us the card and the keys on top of customers, and it was busy on Friday. This is from Half Magic Beauty. This is the Cheek Fluff Soft Blur Blush in Don't Be a Doll. And then Saturday was just so busy. Apparently there's a Bruins game, which makes so much sense of why it was like basically from 3 o'clock until I left, which again, I only left because I'm like, if I stay any longer, it's concerning. But it was just basically from 3 o'clock until 6:30, 6:45, whatever time I left. I'm like, dude, like I felt so bad leaving him, and I think the kid who was supposed to be here called out, which, surprise, surprise, because the one who I saw, he's like, yeah, I got a tip that blah 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 is gonna call off. I'm like, how do you have that tip? But there's only, so that means there are only 2 people plus a driver on shift. I'm like, oh, I feel so bad, so I can't wait. Like, I'm so excited. Here's that paperwork. I should text the kid that's in today and see if they delivered the freezer. And like my manager texted yesterday, she's like, oh my god, everyone needs to start bringing stuff up. I'm like, or, wow, concept, you're the manager. This is supposed to be a manager problem. I mean, she's in Michigan, but like, girl. Ironically enough, my manager just texted me about all that. Also, the construction guys took my air unit. There's only one of them, but it's the one that we use, that we keep near the oven so things can cool down faster, so we can create things faster. And I'm like, and I said that to one of them. He's like, oh, we had permission. I'm like, I know you did, but like, that's the only one I need. And the one that's by the desk, I'm like, I don't like having that on, because if I'm at the desk, then I'm cold. And then this is from NYX Professional Makeup. I haven't used this in a while, actually. This is the Buttermelt highlighter in the shade Brightening Butter. I thought about white for a second, and then I went, I hate white highlighters. And I do. And again, this is like a light champagne, so it works, especially with the tone of blush I have. So, but no, I have my makeup bag packed because I'm likely, because I put a few things in there, obviously, but they're not things I'm likely to use in my makeup very soon, because like, I love the House Labs foundation for doing my makeup, but I don't like the House Labs concealer for doing my makeup. I like that for like my natural my everyday makeup. So like, that's in there. I have 2 brow gels in there. Lip stains. The only thing that I might be going, oh my god, where is it, are a few of my brushes. And yeah, that's about it. I also have my hair roller in here. I should put, I also, I had a travel spray bottle, and I was like, oh, I'll put some of my leave-in conditioner in there. Like, I know it's called leave-in conditioner, so it would have the consistency of a conditioner, but since it's in the spray bottle and comes out like mist, I thought it was gonna be misty. No, that thing is like conditioner, and I'm like, that's a little gross, not gonna lie. This is from e.l.f. This is the Cream Glide Lip Liner in the shade Baddest Beige. You know what I'm gonna say. My disclaimer. But just needed something warm toned. And we're going to take a slight gamble with my lip product today. Just a slight one. But no, my manager texted me about the grease trap because she's like, oh, did it come on Thursday? I'm like, no, it came on Friday. I only remember so specifically because it was the day that everybody and their mother showed up before I was open. Like all my service people. I'm like, I'm like 5 minutes to myself. And that's what I said to the ice cream delivery guy. He's like, oh my god. He's like, that's a sight I've never seen before. He's like, you're soon. I'm like, well, I'm done with all my things. You're later than you usually are, so I'm really done with all my things. I'm like, and I've seen a lot of people this morning. Kind of done for a few minutes. Which also sucked because then I went to the bank right after and I'm like, ah. My favorite bank teller hasn't been there in a few weeks. But I think he's on vacation. I think he said that too. Which was rude because the bank teller that I have a deal with of, hey, you bring me lunch, you get free cookies. And I want lunch. This is from Kylie Cosmetics. This is the Supple Kiss Lip Glaze in Like Magic. It's like slightly sparkly. I just want something that wasn't just a straight clear, but I didn't want like a tinted gloss really. So there's a little shimmer here. I have a little shimmer on my cheeks. She works. Like, I don't love, like, the shade's perfectly fine. She's nice, she's sparkly. I don't care all that much for the formula itself. It's just a thicker lip gloss. She's nothing special. I'm not even wiping the dough because I really don't care. But this is the finished look. I need to go fix my bangs, but I should be back in a second. Alright, and this is the finished look. Like I said, I know this isn't very much of anything, but like that's the whole point, because some people can get a little scared of colored eyeshadows, about all the brushes it takes and the talent it takes. Again, realistically, if you just have a shade that you can blow out, and again, if you want to put a little something like shimmer wise, go for it. Like, I mean, I was thinking yellow originally, but I'm like, I don't like yellow. But turquoise, mint, she's perfect. She's stunning. She goes well with my coloring. And it works. Also, we did not get a replacement freezer today, so we are starting tomorrow. So I texted the kid that was on. I'm like, hey, he's like, we didn't get anything. I'm like, oh. Also, I'm supposed to have a Uniqlo interview tomorrow, but I might reschedule it because I'm like, I've had like a weird feeling for like all day. Like, just, like, I emailed him this morning, the guy who's supposed to be interviewing me, and he has not answered me, so I'm gonna email him again tomorrow and be like, hey, not coming in, just want to remind you. I feel weird. It's not sick weird, just something's wrong. But yeah, this is the finished look.